Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yep, we
Yes.
can hear you on.
Okay, great. We'll get started. We'll begin with a Pledge of Allegiance. I don't know, do we have the flag up here? Great. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you're in the Sophie Moise room, Missoula County acknowledges that this event takes place on the Aboriginal territories of the Salish and Kalispel people. Are there any public announcements? Okay. All right. Any public comment on items not on the agenda? Okay. Our current claims list as of September 7th, 2022 to September 19th, 2022 is $6,345,649, sorry, and 93 cents. We have one hearing today. This is a resolution related to Missoula local government building special districts, and Chris Lounsbury.
Good afternoon, commissioners. Thanks for scheduling this special public meeting. As you'll recall, back on September 15th, we had the first of the required 2 hearings to create a special district. The special district is solely for the purpose of the county and city jointly acquiring the federal building located at 200 East Broadway. This second hearing is very similar to the first, where you'll open a public hearing, take any public comment that might come in, close the public hearing, and then what we would ask is the motion would be to adopt the resolution of intent to create a joint special district with the city of Missoula for the purposes of acquisition of the federal building. As you'll recall, we are in the middle of that gifting process. The federal building is going through the national monument process. We don't have a date yet for when that transfer will occur, but we know that it will be sometime late this calendar year or during next calendar year. And so we are just working through that process. This is the creation of the special district is what we've determined through legal counsel and working with others, the best way for the county to jointly manage that, both that project of the federal building, but also its long-term historic preservation, as well as the cost when the city and the county occupy that building for use under government services. And with that, I would ask that you open the public hearing and hear any public comment that might be out there, and I'm certainly available to answer questions.
Thanks so much, Chris. Is there any public comment? And I'm sorry, my phone's a little glitchy. So Violet, help me out if you see anyone.
Will do. So far, nobody.
Oh, I do see that Martin's on. Okay, or Dave, you've been at this for a while. Do you have anything you'd like to share?
Dave is in Dave Strohmeyer?
Sorry, Strohmeyer. Yes, Commissioner Strohmeyer.
No, I have no questions.
Okay. And okay, and Martin, I'm sorry, were you trying to say something?
I just had a quick question. When is the due diligence going to be complete, or has it been completed at this point in time?
Chris, oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so you bet, commissioners, and Mel, I may need you to help me out here with dates. So the county and the city continue to work with A&E Architects. We have gone through the first phase, what I would call the first phase of the due diligence piece around this building. We are still trying to garner some information from our partners at GSA around some of that. And so concurrently with the kind of last piece of the due diligence that we're working through, we have begun some of the, what I'm going to call the programmatic piece, looking at what departments the city and the county share that would be good fits together to help centralize that for the public accessing those services. And Mel, you might have more information on whether or not the due diligence kind of final report or draft report has been circulated yet. I don't know that off the top of my head. Sorry.
Yeah, the final due diligence report, I don't know if it was circulated super widely. We did provide that update to the commissioners, gosh, probably about a year ago, around that report, and certainly glad to share it. Yeah, I think you hit all the other points of what has happened since that due diligence report was completed. We're working hard with the architects to figure out what it might look like once we're in the building. Yeah, that's where we are. It is
Thank
a
you.
bit of a moving target when the feds will be ready to turn over the building.
Thanks, Mel. Any further comment or questions? And I can't tell if, I don't think Josh is on. Is that correct? Okay. Dave
That's
and
correct.
I
He
are
is not.
here in Billings with Chris, Montana Association of Counties Conference.
Are we ready for a motion?
We're ready for a motion.
Okay, I'll just preface it by saying this building has sat vacant for many years in the heart of Missoula, and this really is a once in a generation, once in a lifetime opportunity to put this facility back into use, into public service with the city and the county as partners, and this is a necessary step along that path. So I would move that we adopt the resolution. Resolution of intent, is that correct, Chris? Okay.
Yes.
And I agree. Second. Any further discussion? Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, commissioners. And I believe that is our one and only action item for this. Just in case folks are wondering why, there's a time requirement in statute between the first and second hearing. And so that's why we are having a special public meeting this week, is to stay inside that. Unfortunately, travel schedules made it a little too tight, and our next meeting would have been outside the required deadlines. So.
Thanks for keeping us on track, everyone. Okay, I don't think there's any other business, so we're adjourned. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Goodbye.